Welcome to the Amayani Yoga Center in school. I'm going to just go over a few basics in moving in your body and holding some poses. So to warm up first, before we start holding poses, we want to do some little tiny undulating movements to get the blood flow and to get the connective tissue pliable. So for a beginner, we would start, for a fundamental and a beginner, we would start maybe in tabletop. Starting with first the spine. And you can tuck your toes or point them. It depends on how you're feeling in your calf muscles. So I like mine tucked under. And I'm going to push my toes back like I'm trying to lengthen the back behind me. Power up my arms. I lift the pelvic floor, like I engage those kegel muscles, and then tone the low belly so that my navel is pulling in. And then my heart energy goes forward a bit. I'm drawing the shoulder blades towards each other a bit. So there's a neutral tabletop. And then on the inhale, I stick out the butt, lift my chin. So I'm in cow pose. On the exhale, rounding for cat pose. And just using your breath, going back and forth between those two poses. You can back out. You can go just a little bit each direction, or you can really fire it up. So we have cow pose and exhaling to cat round. And then we can point the toes and press the bum back for a child's pose, reaching the arms forward and the forehead goes to the floor. It's just stretching out the back of the body. And this is a nice pose if your knees are comfortable in it. If you're needing to rest for a pose and this pose is not comfortable on your knees or your hips, you can just lay flat on the belly, giving the pelvis a little shake. So wherever you are, maybe you're laying down, maybe you're in child's pose, come on back up to tabletop position. Step the left foot forward. So for lunges, typically we want the front knee right over the ankle. There is some lunges where you might go forward a bit, but for fundamentals, we'll keep the knee over the ankle. The back knee goes, if you put it right underneath the hip, it shortens up the stance. So it's fine for stability here, but it might be easier to move in the lunge if the knee goes just back behind the line of your hip crease, and then square the hips. The back foot can point or tuck. Once you're set in this basic form of lunging, my hips are square, I'm going to traction my front foot and my back knee isometrically towards each other, lifting the pelvic floor, toning the low belly. And if I put my hands on my knee and push them into each other, I can feel energy transfer up through the core. I create a little tiny bit of a cat round in my low back, and then I create that cow opening of the heart. They meet equally, so I have like a tabletop body here, or we call it Tadasana torso. And now I'm just in a regular low lunge here. With my hands and knees pressing into each other, it just ensures that I have some, the core is transferring energy from my legs to the torso. But you can also take the arms up overhead, and here you can lunge forward a bit more. You get a nice dynamic stretch. All right. And then we would just go to the other side. So as the hands come down and frame the front foot, I'm going to push the butt back a bit and take that left leg back. I want to give it a little straight push through the back of the knee just to counter it being weight bearing with the bent knee. And then we'll go right to the other side. The right foot comes forward, knee over the ankle, the foot and the knee, the left knee's back a bit behind the line of the hip crease. Squeeze them isometrically together. Lift the pelvic floor so you get a little cat round, and then creating that cow action. Hands and the knees press into each other. You want to feel the lat muscles in the back of the body engage with the arm as you push the hands down, lifting up through the heart, still keeping that little cat round. Heart goes up, look up, and the arms can go up. Full breath in. On the exhale, the hands come down and frame the front foot. Push the bum back a bit. Take that right leg straight back just to give the knee a little bit of straightness, and drop it back in for tabletop. So I often say through poses, as we move through practice, I might say cat round cobra action. So here's the cat round, And then here's the cobra action or cow action. This is cow pose. My heart comes forward, my butt sticks out. Cat round, chin to the chest and back round. So if I have just a cat round in the low back and that cow part in the front, I'm in a nice tabletop position. And walk your knees back, bring the shoulders forward. So you see the shoulders are lined up over the fingernails, lower the chest. Keeping your hands along the sides of your chest, extend the legs back, press your palms down and back. As you draw your elbows, as you draw your shoulder blades together, press your elbows isometrically out. So then they stay in close to the body. I'm going to do this from the front. So even though we're pressing the elbows out, they're in because I'm squeezing the shoulder blades together, pressing the palms down, back, and in. So the shoulder blades and the hands press in to create space for the cervical vertebra, the nerves that come out the cervical vertebra. I'm going to isometrically traction my arms out. The chin comes down first, press the sides of your neck up, and then bring the chin forward, and you can lift the shoulders a bit and the chest a bit for cobra. My legs are back behind me, pressing down. I'm going to show you from the side again. So this is cobra pose. So I often say cobra heart or cow heart. So pressing my toes push down, my knees push down, and then I have to push my pelvis down. Pull your belly button to the back of your spine as you push the hands down, in, and back. Shoulder blades, the head of the arm bones lift up. Now I can press my elbows into those invisible walls on the sides, lift the sides of my neck up, and then bring the chin forward. Pull the belly button to the back, push down to the hands, and the heart can come up a bit more. Now the arms get real tired here, so you can make a little pillow, rest the forehead down, give the pelvis a gentle little shake, and set the hands along the sides of the heart, and we'll go back to a child's pose, a resting pose. The arms can drape at the sides, they can go forward, just resting into it. On your inhale, roll up to a kneeling seated position. So that's all we're going to do today is just a couple basic fundamentals in lunge pose and the action of cobra pose. All right, I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful rest of the day.